Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Batman v Superman. I am Chriz, aka the Mole. That is, of course, James Phoenix.
Aye.
You may know him from other roles, such as no, I'm not going to go for that. But
I'm Troy McClure.
yeah, exactly, Batman v Superman.
Indeed.
Which what this comic is? It's Batman v Superman: The Greatest Battles. I have a feeling, if I'm right about when this was published, it was clearly a cash cow when the film came out.
Probably.
Because it's literally just a collection of their stories. Like, their first story involves Poison Ivy.
Nice.
And that story is the throwaway story. It is a great look at their relationship, though, I will say that.
Yes.
It's the one with the kryptonite ring. And it's the one where Batman actually says to Sentence best at what he does. And they're like, then why are you fighting? Well, he's the best at what he does, not the best at what I do.
Ah.
And it's like, that's kind of amazing.
Nice.
Which I like the first one, and as you can see with the art, I don't hate that art.
No, that's good art. I like it.
And then next, we go to that one.
Yeah.
But what did you think of the first story, though, Jim? Before
I
we
thought
get
it was
to that
kind
one?
of. I thought it was kind of cool. I never thought about the possibility of Superman being susceptible to Poison Ivy's powers. So saw that I'm like, oh yeah, that. I guess there is no reason that wouldn't work on Superman, is there?
No.
And then watching the fight and everything, I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. I mean, I was a little forced because of the Ivy thing, but it's still pretty cool. I mean, I like that.
Yeah, it was just a small part of a bigger story at the time,
Yeah.
but
Although it did seem like Superman snapped out of it really easily. I was like, oh, I'm gonna throw Lois off a building, and now I'm okay.
Yep. Yeah, that wasn't the best of the stories, but it was. I think I've actually got that comic somewhere, but
Nice.
I like that. But story number 2 was
Also, the best part.
basically.
Also, sorry, the best part of that story, Crypto.
Crypto is pretty awesome. But with this story, with the number 2 story,
Yeah.
Superman tries to arrest the outlaw, Batman.
I gotta say that shifted animation style was a little jarring for me.
It's animated?
Well, you know what I mean. The shifted art style, I should say.
Yeah. Which it's cool. You get to see Magpie, and basically,
I don't even know who that is.
it's a villain.
Okay.
That's all you need to know for this.
Fair enough.
And you actually get a part, I'm just seeing if I can find it in here, which was awesome, where Batman literally taunts Superman when he's going about invisibility. Oh, I can't find it, but yeah, it's awesome. And Batman comes up with a plan. He's got a bomb inside him that he will detonate if Superman doesn't help him.
Well, it's important to note that he doesn't tell Superman the bomb's in him. He tells him it's in a random Gotham citizen.
Yeah, it's in a random Gotham citizen, and it will blow up. And that bit there, the pink one, is the shield. But Batman has the bomb in him, and he's like, yeah, it's going to blow up a random citizen. It turns out it's Batman. He's like, well, I'm not going to kill an innocent person. This was the weakest, or one of the weaker of the stories, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the weakest. We'll get to that soon. But it was definitely one of them.
Yeah. I think one of the reasons being Magpie's ridiculous costume.
Which is no more ridiculous than other costumes in comics.
I'm sorry, I'm just like, wow. And not just the costume, but the hair. I mean, why would you do that? There are no...
And then we go to story 3. And the artwork changes to look like that.
Which is badass.
This may be one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, this one is really cool. I like how everything's in like these little text boxes with the logo, so you know who's talking. They're different colors. It's kind of like a gritty outline. I like that. That was really cool.
Yeah, even though it's showing the wrong person. I mean, not the wrong person. It's because you don't realize it's a kid at first. So
Yeah.
you're like, oh god, that's amazing, and it's the kids talking about them. Like they even have this big bit there with the death of Robin,
Yeah.
where the panel literally says, and a big moral or dilemma. What if Robin's killed again? And you just see Superman go, again. Like,
Huh.
really, Superman? And Batman's like, I'm going to kill the monster who did this to Robin. To which Superman's like, dude. And literally, he says the sentence, dude, you're going to get all upset and look around the world and stuff. And then you can catch him. You won't. You want me to just go and throw him into jail, though?
Yeah.
It's amazing because this is the kids talk about Batman v Superman, and it's literally how like most internet arguments between the two go. Like,
Yeah.
but then Batman has all the planning, but then Superman's got this, but Batman's got all of that.
Yeah. And I did like how they had to go through like a half a dozen reasons about why would Batman and Superman fight, and then they were just like, fuck it, there's no good reason. Let's just say they're fighting.
Yeah. Which was awesome, but it's because they had the thing of, like I said, what they're fighting about would determine the outcome of the fight. Because if they're fighting about the fact Superman's possessed and Lois is in danger, Superman would win because he'd want to save Lois and stuff like that, which is cool. But I also love that at the end bit with the joke of Superman's like, so what do you think? And Batman's like, I think you just wasted 5 minutes of my time. Superman's like, oh, come on, I thought they were clever. And Batman's like, except one thing, I would win. And Superman's like, without kryptonite? And Batman's like, without kryptonite. You have to say, I have to say though, the kid actually had a lot of it right, exactly how I beat you. And Superman's like, wait, what part? Batman doesn't say it. It's like, come on, Batman, you're just messing with me now, right? Seriously, come on, what part? I love that because it's more the jokey relationship between them. Like he's just fucking with him.
I know, it was great. Like he's taunting him.
He was. But I did like that kid's one.
Nice.
Story number 4.
Yeah, this one is New 52, right?
I think so, yeah. But it's like the start. It's like a really short story that means fuck all involving the Green Lantern.
It's got the Flash in
was
it.
the
That's always
weakest.
cool.
This was the weakest to me, though.
Yeah, I actually I can actually talk about this one a little bit because I actually read the entire graphic novel that this fight is in, the entire book. And with context, it's actually kind of cool. Without context, yeah, it looks like a random forced fight, and that really wasn't that big of a fight to begin with.
Yeah, it wasn't. But they're like, and then they're kind of fighting. They've had other fights too that they could have put in here.
Yeah,
that's what's funnier.
I know that overarching book is really good though because it's the first the formation of the New 52 Justice League where all the members meet for the first time and a lot of them fight each other before they all go, maybe we should work together instead.
Now, number 5 is probably the best in some regards for people, which is the one with like Joker, Superman, and stuff like that.
That was creepy.
Joker, Superman is pretty awesome. I was looking for a decent picture of him. That'll do.
There you go.
Joker, Superman.
Joker, Superman.
Which, it was okay. It's not the best in the book, but it was certainly one of the better stories in here.
Yeah.
Just because it was part 1 and part 2, so you got more context.
Yeah, how about that shot?
Yeah. However, I will admit I've read the comic that's from. Didn't like it anyway.
Fair enough.
I'm not sure if you like that one, but yeah, I was like, oh, come on.
It was okay. It was a lot of different, like, creepy Joker, Superman, but otherwise it was just, it was a kind of a generic fight. I like it was I like a Batman's in like a freaking tank suit and he's just like yanking him around.
Yeah. But I meant, what was it? Endgame. Batman Endgame. I've read the Endgame comics and I was like, I didn't like them. Like, I read the ones around it too, and I didn't much care for it.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have story number 6.
Mm-hmm.
This is my favorite in here, even without the best part, which is the context. I fucking love that art.
See, and that's not my particularly favorite art. It's good. It's just not a style that I particularly like.
See, I like that because it reminds me of like Batman Year One and stuff. Obviously, it would,
Mm-hmm.
which helps, which rightfully so defined the comics for a while. I'm like, I can see why, and I'm like, that's awesome. You can see the inspiration for the film from the suits and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I love this.
Yeah. It is a really great story though.
It is. I prefer when you actually have the whole story because just the fight, you're missing out on a big chunk.
Fair enough.
But it gets that relationship right as well, I feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I remember I made the point too. One point after I had read this, I remember I asking you like, was this the fight that was one of the major inspirations for the movie? And you were like, yeah, it is. And I'm like, I can see the beats in here. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But I absolutely love that speech that Bruce Wayne gives
That is a good speech.
when he's basically just telling him that he was defeated by a man. And you also get that, just like your parents taught you to. My parents taught me a different lesson, lying on the street, shaking in deep shock, dying for no reason at all. They showed me that the world only makes sense when you force it. And as he's fighting, you get that whole thing, and he's talking to him about how he beat him, Batman, just a man, and it's like that's so fucking awesome, and it's there. I want you to remember my hand at your throat. I want you to remember the one man who beat you, and then he has a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
Which, to be fair, is all part of the plan.
Yeah. Although I didn't like how he's playing with it. Even if all the technology goes down, he has a horse stable. This badass shot of Batman on the horse, like about to take command of the bunch of gang of guys running around who think they're Batman, like in the freaking Christian Bale movie.
Yep.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
And it is worth noting, Superman doesn't know Batman's alive.
Oh yeah.
That makes it awesome.
Yeah.
So there's this.
Yep.
Which is your favorite story?
This right here is the part where the animation started getting to me. This Superman right here. That's the part I'm like, well, this animation is weird, and not animation, art style.
Yeah.
I like zombie Superman. Like,
because he was being hurt.
I know, but he looks weird. I don't know. But still, Batman with an army on horses. That's badass.
Yes.
But I definitely the last story is definitely the best story overall. I think I like the animation.
That's just awesome.
Yeah, the last one is definitely the best story overall. But I think I like the art style on a couple of the other ones a little bit better.
I could see it. The art style is a lot more crisp on a lot of the other styles, like that one for Joker Superman.
Yeah, or like that, or like this one from the earlier fight with Ivy.
Yeah. However,
that's the one with the kids. Actually, the kids one art style was really good.
Yeah, which, like I said, however, I just really like that Frank Miller style because when you do it like that and you see how they look there, it just looks gritty.
It does look gritty,
And it looks gritty. Like someone didn't want this to look like a pretty world. They're like, no, we're gonna do the story, then we'll sit down and do the art, and that makes the story somewhat more engaging. There's Batman on a horse.
Nice.
But I don't know. And there's the Superman that he was on about. Which, to be fair, like I said, he's in motion, being electrocuted,
Yeah.
and he'd also just been nuked.
That too.
How did he look in the film when he'd been nuked?
true, but he didn't look that bad.
At one point, it looked like he was disappearing completely.
A little bit.
But he healed, and it was like, okay.
Yeah, within 2 seconds, you see the sunlight hit him, and you're like, I see what's going to happen here.
Yep. Well, we don't know if that's still going to be that way in the extended cut.
Yes, that'll be interesting.
That could be one of the things that was more intense.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, there's 6 stories in here. It's worth a read if you want to see Batman v Superman in a comic, in some sort of comic formats.
Agreed. And
however, oh sorry,
no.
I was gonna say, however, I recommend just don't get that. Just buy The Dark Knight. Just buy Batman: Dark Knight Returns.
Mm-hmm.
You can either buy the cartoon if you want to see the film. Fair enough, and that's fine. Or buy or just buy that original comic, because at the end of the day, I think that's the best story. But I still give this one a thumbs up. How about you, Jim?
Oh, I agree. I think this is a great book. I think this is great for somebody who might not be immediately familiar with comics, but somebody who likes, the idea of Superman and Batman fighting and knows a little bit about the characters. This is a great way to dig in and get a look at a wide variety of incarnations of Batman and Superman fighting, and see a lot of different art styles, different storytelling styles, and find one that really fits for you. Find one that you really like. For example, my favorite, I'll be honest, my favorite overarching story is the one at the end, but I also really like the one with the 2 kids. I thought that was really clever and really cool.
It was.
And it's kind of a good primer if you're not sure. This will show you different styles. It might give you an idea of a direction in comics you might want to head if you like that particular type of storytelling, particular art style, what have you. It might help you point you in the right direction if you're not sure where to start. Like I said, you can, like me, rent it from your local library, and that's a great way to do that without necessarily having to buy this if it's something you don't think you're going to like overall, but to get a taste. And then you can go out and find the one you like and buy that one.
Or you could buy it.
Or you can buy a copy of this too. I mean, it's not that expensive.
No, it's really fucking cheap. It was like less than $5.
Fair enough.
You could spend more on a cup of Starbucks.
Yeah, it's $9.99 over here in the U.S. It's really dirt cheap.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I said, its only weakness, I would say, is the lack of context around the stuff.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people, if people just want to see those 2 fight for the sake of seeing them fight, because the best part about comics is the story. Luckily, I feel like the kids' story where they're telling it is standalone-ish enough that it's not without merit.
Mm-hmm.
But I thank James for joining me. And did you rate it? How did you rate it?
If I was going to give it a number rating, I'd say definitely at least definitely a 9 out of 10. I mean, without the context, it does hurt some of the stories. I agree. Like, I would have liked to know more about some of these, but definitely 9 out of 10. It's a great book, a lot of great styles. There's something of the 6 stories in here. You're probably going to like at least one of them. So there's going to be something in here for everybody.
I could see that, and yeah, I give it a solid buy. Which, yay. Nice. So join us in the future. Me and Jim will be reviewing next time. Me and Jim will be reviewing Jungle Book together.
Yes,
that's our next co-review, and then we have other stuff in the future. But stay tuned for Jungle Book next time. Peace, and we should probably name our team.
Oh.